So today's video, I am showing you guys how to make these clear Memorydex cards. Yay! I posted them on my Instagram page a few days ago, and I got a lot of responses, a lot of questions on how I made them. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to show you guys how I did it. There's two ways to make them. These two, I used my sewing machine to close the edges, the sides down, as you can see here. And I also sewed it along the bottom part where these notches are. And then after I did it, I was like, you know what? Everybody doesn't sew and everybody doesn't own a sewing machine. So I was like, I got to look out for you guys. So I thought about a way to make them without a sewing machine. And that's when I came up with these two right here. And basically all you need is some washi tape just to put around the edges. And you get the same, just about the same result, but it's just more decorative around the edge. And I actually like these two. And the thing I like about these things, like the sky is the limit, you guys. Like you see these two, I actually filled the plastic with the stickers and the sequin. Like there's nothing on the outside. Everything is on the inside, which I love. And these are dimensional stickers. So you don't need, I didn't have to put like seed beads in it for the sequins to move around because the stickers already have, you know, they're already popped up. So it creates the space, enough space for the sequins to move around. Same thing with this one. These are dimensional stickers, and I don't need seed beads because the sequins, they're able to move around. So everything is on the inside with these two. With these two, I decorated the outside. The only thing that's on the inside of the plastic are the sequins, as you can see. So the sky is really the limit. I mean, you can do pretty much anything that you want. That's a thing that I love about just paper crafting. There are no rules. There's no limits to your creativity. Just go for it and just make it your own. So anyway, enough of my blabbing. Let's get straight into it. I'm gonna show you guys first off the plastic that I used to make them, and all they are made of is all they're made of is scrapbook refill sleeves. That's all I use. And I just cut them down to size, which is about a 4" by 3.5 or 3 1/4 size rectangle. So of course you don't need a die with this. I don't have a die. I just hand cut the foundation, which is what I did here. Okay, so I created this is a 4 in width by 3 1/4 in height. Okay, how that got wet. So I'm gonna just take these out of the packet just to show you what it looks like right quick. I mean, if you've never seen refill sleeves, they're just basically open on two sides and they're closed on the other two sides. So these sides are closed. And these sides are open. So they're just made so that if you make scrapbook layouts, you just slide it that way. Okay. So to create these squares, I cut it along this fold right here, the sides that are closed, to create just one piece. Okay, that's folded at the top. And again, this is about a 4" by 3 1/4 inch square. Okay, and I think the average size of the average width of a Memorydex card, I do believe it's about 4 inches. So again, you can play around with the sizes, but for today's video, I am going to make one of this size. Okay, and I have two. So the first one I'm going to show you how to do is the one that's sewn. Okay, so I have my sheet right here already cut out. So basically, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew along these two edges. Okay, now just a quick tip: if you do not plan on adding stickers and everything on the inside and you just want to add sequin on the inside, go ahead and sew that down. But if you do want to add stickers like this on the inside, put your stickers down first and make sure you just leave enough room on the sides, enough margin so that you have enough room to sew it down. Okay, so for this particular one, I'm going to just fill it with sequin. So I'm not going to put any stickers or any type of ephemera inside. So I'm going to go ahead and sew it down on the sides, and I'll be right. Okay, so I've sewed down the sides of the plastic. So now I still have the tails on here. So I'm just going to tie them off in a knot. So I'm going to do all 4 corners. Okay, so just make sure you just tie it off before you cut it so that the thread does not slip out. Okay. Okay, so now that we've made a knot on all four corners, now we're just going to cut the tails off as close to the knot as possible without cutting through it. Just a little snippet. Okay, so now that we have that done, now it's time to fill it. So for the sake of the video and the time, all I'm going to do is just fill it with sequin. The one that I make with the washi tape, I'm going to decorate fully. So you guys get a 2-in-1 video. You guys get a tutorial and a craft with me video. So let's just get this one out of the way. So now we have our pocket. Okay, we have it sewn on both sides. We have the knot on each corner where we tied off the thread. So now we're going to fill it with sequin. Okay, so I just have some sample sequin here, just a little bit. Okay, so we have sequin, and if you want to put some CBs in it, you can at this point. And so another quick tip for you, I did not do it for this video because I forgot to change the settings to my sewing machine. But if you sew, you want to make sure that your length is about a 3.5, maybe to a 4, about a 3.5 to a 4, because you don't want your stitches to be too long, because as you can see, I have really small sequin in here and they will definitely fall through. So from me sewing and filling vellum is what I've been making, vellum shaker Memorydex cards. I found out that about a 3.5 to a 4 stitch length stitch is good enough so that none of your sequin can fall out. So these are definitely gonna fall out if I shake it because they're too long. So that's another quick tip for you guys. So we filled it up with sequin, and so now what you want to do is you want to get this bottom part on. So this is to create a little bit of stability in your card, so that when you send it to your to your swap partner, and when they put it in their Memorydex holder, that it won't be flimsy. Okay, so to create this bottom part right here, you want to cut this is about 4 inches by 1.5. Okay, so a 4-inch by 1.5 rectangle, and then you want to score in the middle, which would be about 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so once you score it, you're going to fold it in half, and you're going to make sure that your sequin is at the bottom. The open part is at the top because you don't want it to fall out. And place the bottom part over the opening like this. Okay, and if you have tape to tape it down, you can do that. I'll do that right quick. I'll just put a little bit down so that it won't move. Just that much. Okay, so we're gonna tape this into place. Okay, and this is what we have. Now, before you create your notches, like I said, I do not own a Memorydex card. So what I have been using, I found a Memorydex printout online, and I've just been using it to figure out where I need to punch my holes. Okay, so this is a printable that I found online, and I just printed it out, I cut it, and use my hole punch and some scissors to create the notch. Or what you can do is, if you have received a Memorydex card in a swap from someone and it looks like it was created with a die, you can also use that as a template, and I've done that as well. So for this video, I'm going to use this printable that I have right here. So before you sew, you just want to, it's a little off. Let me just fix this. Okay, so before you sew, you want to make your notches. Okay, so basically all you want to do is you want to line it up, make sure that the sides are aligned. Okay, and I'm gonna grab my hole here. Okay, so you want to make sure that it's aligned, and then you want to punch through the paper and the plastic at the same time. Okay, so we're gonna punch there, and then we're going to punch here. Okay, so then we still have to cut out this little notch right here. Okay, so just use the scissors to cut it out. Okay. And we're going to do the other side. And this is what you should have. Okay. So now, all we're going to do is seal it up and completely close it. So when you stitch, you just want to stitch right above the notch. These notches right here. So just stitch like, I guess 1/8 of an inch from this edge right here. So we're just going to stitch maybe halfway between the edge and this notch right here. So right down the middle. Okay, so I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I sewed down the bottom part and that's pretty much it. So from here you would decorate. After you finish sewing, just make sure you tie a knot on the ends. And I like to secure the knots with a little bit of glue so that, you know, to be sure that it does not unravel. So yeah, so that's basically it for this one. So just decorate on the outside and just, you know, just go for it. Just let your mind run. Okay.